So, here is the science situation that we have in Kerbal at the moment. So you can see I've progressed reasonably okay. So, let's see. What we need to do is start building a new pod. Now, the trouble is that I don't have kind of enough storage area to put stuff when I splash back down. So, let's see. It's in structural, isn't it? Yes, it is. There we go. So what we'll also do is in utility we'll put on that. So there's obviously the start. And let's just make sure that that's set up correctly. With that there. Okay. So now what you can actually do on this, right, is you can do things like you just do science stuff like that, yeah, and then you put a fuel tank underneath, right, and then you put these buggers on like so, and then you stay, there you go, like so. So what you can actually do is you just go to the launch, and then what you can actually do is you can go into here and say observe materials bay, you see, and you do get some science just because I've kind of done this a few times. And then you can do your materials bay as well, and then you can do your crew report, and as you can see there's going to get no science from that. And then you can obviously do the EVA with young Jeb, and he can do a EVA report. There we go, most precarious situation. So let's just go down the ladder and splat. Oh poor Jeb, come on mate, get up, there we go. Oh, and so we can take a surface sample. There we go. And there we go. So that is essentially just basic stuff going on here. So what you can do is you can recover the vessel. And you can see we got 22 science. So that's not too shabby. Now if we go on here, we can obviously recover that as well. And there's 23 science. Now, I do have this in orbit. The tri-pencil, as you can see here. Now, the only drawback is Bill Kerman's up there, as you can see. And I don't really want to kill him. So, I've got to try and maybe dock, or at least get very close to it, so that I can then transfer Bill out of this vehicle back down to space and do it that way. So that's something to consider. Now Bill has obviously been orbiting the Earth for 17 days and will continue to. You can see here that, you know, monoprop is fine and all that kind of stuff. So we could conceivably just do a ejection, get rid of all that liquid fuel, and just have Bill there, who seems to be enjoying himself, but you know, it's doing pretty alright. So you can see here, he's pretty much remaining in a circular orbit. So, actually, no, he's not. Oh, crikey, really? Is Bill actually going to come down to the ground? Oh, really? Oh, really? That's interesting. Okay, so let's eject that. And let's see what happens with little Bill, shall we? Because he should come into contact with the water eventually. So let's speed that up a little bit. So here's little Bill. You can see him starting to re-enter. So this is actually a surprise. I didn't realise I'd be able to do this. Because it means I can then recover this guy. Oh God, calm down, Bill. Calm down. Just slow that down. And then we'll just reposition that slightly. So there we go, Bill. You're all right, mate. You're fine. You're okay. There's nothing to worry about. Except the fact that you are falling to ground at 156 meters per second. But these are details that we won't dwell on right now. Out goes Le Parachute. And it should break at about 800 feet. Oh, correction, it breaks at... Ah, there we go. We get Bill back. Fantastic. I'm very pleased about that. I know that Bill is too. So, we got to change this to Kerbal. Updated. And there is a landing. Fantastic. So, let us EVA. Okay, Bill. Do an EVA report. And take a surface sample. And then, let us recover the vessel. Fantastic. Phantasmagorical. And then we go up here. And then we pick on the tri-pencil. We pick that up. We recover it. Oh, so much science. And there we go. Look at that. Fantastic. Just what we need. Now, if we look at the science options. See, I was looking at this one. We still got 36 science. Bugger. Oh, well. We're going to have to go to the Mun. Or at least orbit the Mun, I think is what I need to focus on. So, right. Let's see. Do I have a Mun thing? This is one of the previous ships I created, as you can see. Pretty simple. Pretty basic. And seem to work well. But, I need to create something different. Now, here, let me show you. Right. Ideally, what I want to do is get to a position where I can get these things here. See? These external fuel ducts, so that I can actually then start doing thrust maneuvering and all that kind of stuff. But I need advanced rocketry in order to do that. So I've got to get that one first, and then I can go for that one. And that one's going to be like 90 science. So, what we've got to try and do is... oh, no, we don't want to do that. Get rid of that. Okay. Okay, so, let's see. If we go to structural, and we put that in place there, and we go to utility, and we put that in place. Whoops. Okay, so, what we're going to do is we're going to, in the propulsion section here, we're going to have that. We're going to have a science bay, which will be there. And we're going to have another fuel tank followed by a very small rocket engine. So that's going to be basically travelling through there. Actually, you know what? Like so. There we go. Now, what we're also going to do is we are going to put on a rechargeable battery pack. Because we're going to want electricity for this thing. See? So that's going to go on there. So that's going to be our transmitters. Now, let's have a look. Okay. So that's Drago 2, mass 003. Yes, okay. Let's see what this one's like then. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that might work. That might work better. We'll see how that works out, shall we? Okay, so. Let's see what's next. I'm thinking that we need to have a structural there. Whoops-a-daisy, come back. Let's go up higher. And then we shall put in more here, like this, because this is going to be the engine that does most of the work. Max thrust 215. That's going to be that one, isn't it? It's going to be that little puppy there. Okay, so that's a bit of a long rocket, but you know, what can you do? Now, let's see. Structural. See, what I'm wondering is whether or not I should do something like that, like about there, and then put on 2 solid rocket boosters, but they're going to wobble quite some amount. Okay, so if I take that off, but the difference is on structural, I'm guessing is weight, mass. See, that's a lot smaller. And the ejection force is smaller as well. So what I'm thinking is 4 of those at the midpoint, like that. And then 4 of those like that. There we go. And they have the ability to create a crap ton of thrust. So if we go onto aerodynamics, we put that there, and then, where is it? Structural, here we go. I'll put that in there. Will that be alright, I wonder? Or, we'll see, we'll see. Let's just move it down a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I'm thinking that might be alright. But what I do want... no it won't be. Because I've got to get that out of the way. I've got to put these winglets in here like so. Which means these guys are going to have to go on there. I'm guessing about there. To sort of hold it in neutral position. Whoops, no. We'll see. Now, what we also need... Do we have any structural? No. Control? No. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay. So... let's see if we get this one as Mun Explorer. And then, what did I take that off for? Let's save that and let's see how we get on. Oh, bugger. You know what, I just forgot the flipping, see, look at that bubble. Okay, so let's wait and let's go. So it's these ones, those are going to fire at the same time, and then that will come off together with those two, and then that one will come off there, fire that, and then that will go there. Right, so let's put that on, let's throttle up, And let's see what result we get. Good luck, Jebediah. Seems pretty stable. Okay, turn that down a bit. It's probably a bit distracting for you guys, and we're about to... There we go. So, now we'll do the pitch over to the 45 degrees. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hold it there. So, let's check our orbit. So it's still going up, but we're still quite close to the periapsis. So we've got to be careful. But we do have... Oh, that's helpful. That's very helpful. Oh, bugger. You know what I forgot? Flipping goo. Arse. Goo arse. Never mind. So, let's see. That needs to go up to about 100, I think. If I need to worry about anything. Let's move him over just a little bit. Like that. There we go. Oh, hello. I didn't say you could do that. A little bit of pitching. Probably the auto correction will work. So there we go. Just throttle back a little bit. And then push him over to there. And lock him. And then, hopefully, that may give us enough fuel to get into a nice circular orbit. Unfortunately not. Okay. See, what I'm worried about is the fact that I don't have enough fuel to actually get there, but we'll see. Yeah, there's way too much fuel usage right now. So if I turn that like that, let's see, there we go, lock that in. That should hopefully increase that a little bit. Let's get the ball up and keep an eye on that. See, it is slowly increasing, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So, let's see. See, look. But the thing is, because it's a small, whoops-a-daisy, because it's a small little pootly engine, I might be able to do it. I'll have to wait and see. I wonder if I can just do that. Let's see what the extend looks like. Oh! Oh, heavens above! Look at that! Oh, I like that. Let's retract that. That's a very sexy flipping transmitter. I'm using that one more often. Okay, so once we get a stable orbit, I reckon, let's just move that way a little bit and lock it. That should try and keep that orbit just a little bit, sort of extend it faster, but not go up so much, if you know what I'm saying. And this is going to be a 200,000 feet orbit, or meter orbit, which is just insane. It's like 350,000 feet. So let's just throttle back a bit. So there we go. Now we've got the circular, and we've got to wait that to get up so it turns around, and then we can look at orbiting, or at least doing a thrust over to orbit the moon, which is the way we want to go. So you can see once these two switch around, the periapsis and the apoapsis, we might be in a strong position. Let's see. That's looking relatively okay-ish. Ah, screw it, we'll stop it there. So, here we go. We are currently in orbit at 159,000 meters above Kerbal. And then we shall start thinking about making a trip over to the Mun. Now, if we start doing a maneuver here and go out that way, see what we're after. Here we go. We had it just a second. Whoops, come on. That might be it, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Because it's not going to be there. He's going to be there. Oh, and we've just actually basically deleted our own maneuver because we're clearly an idiot. So let's see. Because what's happening is that, here we go. Now, Mun periapsis, there we go. Mun encounter, see? So, let's see if we can actually do that a little bit better. Let's see. So yeah, that might work out. See, here is the Mun encounter there. See that? See, that's 1.5 million. But if we go over to here, that's also 1.15. So that's okay, I think. So we'll go for that option. I think is the option we're going to go for. So what we'll do is we're going to be burning for 1 minute and 18 seconds, which is not that much. And there's the lock position. So here you go, as you can see. This is going to be our orientation when we're making ready to move. And we don't have to burn for at least another 6 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll just speed it up a little bit. And then bring it back. There we go. Bring it back to about 45 seconds. And then that's set. And then hopefully, the thing is, if for whatever reason it goes wrong, we've still got an orbit that we can at least get back to this area, and then obviously form another orbit and then go back in. So 22 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, 22 seconds. So let's follow it and see what happens. So we're going to start probably thrusting up at about 3 or 4 seconds in, and then we'll go full speed. Here we go. And there goes the orbit. Ready on the X key to shut it down. Keep an eye on the fuel. 52 seconds left of the burn. See, it's a slow progression here. Not ideal. But it will start to increase quicker as we get down there. We are at full power. We only have 22 seconds of the burn left. We've got just less than 50% fuel, which is a possibility that we can get back to Kerbal. And so, let's wait and see. 7 seconds to cut out. 2, 1, and out. So, now what we got to do is see how we get on. So, there we go. And so our trip to the Mun hopefully begins. As you can see. So, the Mun, actually, is probably over here somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, doesn't matter. You can see now we are progressing to it. Whoops, we just zoomed in a little bit too far there. Okay, so now let's see what happens. As you can see, the nav ball will change as soon as we come into the gravitational influence, baby, hello, of that wonderful, wonderful thing. So, if we add in a maneuver here, and then we'll want to curve it around. No, we don't actually want to do that. What we want to do is, we want to do it here. And we'll add in that maneuver. There we go. And you can see that that will give us a rough orbit over the top of the Mun. And let's see. Yeah, that looks fine. It's only 138, but the point is it'll do. So, let's speed up. Oh, crap. Right, so let's just find our okay. There we go. T, thank you. Don't know why it wasn't allowing me to actually do that. And then we shall go to here and lock it in. So let's have a look at our orientation here. As here somewhere. Oh, there's the Mun. Look at that. Right near the sun. Fantastic. So, it means a slightly sort of type orbit, but the point is, let me just see if we can actually get in there, because once we get into that orbit, we can then tighten the orbit a little bit with a little bit of thrust. So, and it's only an 18-second. So let's see, we're 11 minutes out. Whoa! That's the slightly annoying thing about the flipping thing. Really? Okay, we'll see. Okay. So, I don't have enough fuel. We'll see, Thunder. We'll see. So, let's get ready to rumble. "20 seconds out. "10 seconds. Bingo. And that's a shutdown. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have achieved orbit around the Mun. As you can see. It's not a great orbit, but it's an orbit, as you can see. And here we are on the light side of the moon. Isn't that wonderful? And I think, why can't he EVA? Is what I don't understand. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take off, I know why he can't EVA, because he's sped up. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we just go, whoops, no we're not. We're going to actually turn this vertical. Like so. And lock it in. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to rotate it around a little bit. Here we go. So, let us observe the materials bay. Fantastic, 75 science. And let's just get a crew report. 15 science, good. And then let us do an EVA. Hello, my little friend. And then what we'll do is we'll just, whoops-a-daisy. Here we go. Come here. Up you go. Here we go. Up we go. Whoops-a-daisy. Whoa, slow down. Here we go. Collect data. There we go. Slowly move up. And get ready to grab. Which he has now done. And board. There we go. So, that has been successful science experimentation going on there. So, that is a good sign. Now, what I need to do is, I think, put in the manoeuvre here. No. And put that in there like that. So I basically then start moving into the orbital effect of that planet. Don't know why I've got RCS on. I have no RCS control on here. It's very arsey. Okay, where the hell is my nav ball and command point? Here we go. Come here. Okay. So, what we should do is then, out of that area, it should then throw us towards the planet, and then we should be able to establish an orbit off that. So that's what we're going to be going for. It's a shame you can't make that nav ball double the size. That would be a nice touch, or at least sort of move it over a little bit so it's over here. You can control it over here. So that's just a little bit off there. That's back on. So, let's see. So we're going to burn in 10 minutes. So let's do a little bit of a warp in speed. It's only going to be a 3-second burn, but it'll be enough to just bring us out of the orbital influence of this mun. So I think once I'm about 4 seconds out, I'll start burning quite hard. Very hard. Very, very hard. And go from there. So, let's see. 36 seconds out. And there's my mun escape. So, 25 seconds, boys and girls. Brace yourself. Brace yourself indeed. Now the good thing is I've managed to actually recover the information from my science experiment, so that's a good sign. Okay, actually I'm going to do it at 2 seconds on the node. Here we go. And there we have it. So, let's just speed that up and find out what the hell's going on. Let's get rid of that. Here we go. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is a very, very large orbit. So, what we'll do is we'll add in, no, not that one. Oh dear, oh dear. Start again. Here we go. Is we'll add that one in, like so. Now, I'm interested to see how far that goes down. So that goes to 158 thou. Which is fine, I think, and it's only a 29-second burn, so I believe I've got the fuel for it. So there we go. And then I can go back down again. You know, we'll see. Anyway, let's, oh, actually, what we'll do is we'll get our position first. Let's find the spot on the navy ball. Take that nice and slowly. That's what I love about this game. I find it so relaxing. Such a relaxing experience playing this game. It's the same way with whoops-a-daisy, except for when I do something like that. And it's just, this is what I like about it. And it's, you kind of understand what the real people who had to do it for real had to sort of go through. So it gives me a greater understanding. Here we go, we're 2 hours out. Let's slow that down a little bit. There we go. Now, there's probably a better way that I could have done this, but, you know, at the end of the day, I've still made it out there, got the science that I was after, and going from there. So, once I get to 1 minute on the thing, I'll slow it down. There we go. So, we are ready for a 29-second burn, which means we should have more than enough fuel to do that. And then we shall, because we've got the little poodle engine, let's make sure I'm looking at the X key, which I am. So we're 1 minute away from maneuver delta V, 401.2 milliseconds, and 1 minute 6 seconds away. And that should take us hopefully down to that point where we can do another maneuver. So, who said gold? Gold? Did you say gold? Yeah. No gold going on here, sunshine. Now, let's see. Max Crocker gold or Max Crocker shit? It's difficult to tell. No, I'm kidding, really, Mac. Okay, getting ready to start the burn. We'll power up at 4 seconds to go. A gradual power up. Here we go. And there we go. There's that. Periapsis is starting to move. It's getting close. It's getting close. It's getting close. There we go. That's pretty good. I'll settle for that. Okay, so we can then delete that. And let's watch our little Kerbal, who is now still in his little area. Jebediah, doing a fantastic job. And we are now on our way back to the home of the Kerbals. Isn't that lovely? Now, the question I'm wondering, come on, come back to that, there we go, is I could potentially put another little maneuver in here. See, that's the annoying thing. See, look, it's going through the goddamn thing. Ah, bollocks to it. Let's just let it get on with it. Who says I can't drive a tank? You haven't seen me drive a tank properly. Right, so let's put a maneuver in here that brings it down and drops us in the water, like so. Okay. Let's slow that down. That's T. Let's look for it because we've only got 33 seconds. Come here. Come here. Gotcha. So we should be able to then burn for 1 minute and 18 seconds, and that should hopefully. I wonder if that'll be enough. Nope, not going to do that. It's too much course correction, I think there. Let's see if we go here. Okay. See, that's only a 58-second burn. But it does land us over there. But that's a better option, I think. Let's move it down. Actually, you know what? It's not. If we run it here, that would probably be a better option. Unfortunately, I've passed the periapsis. So let's take that manoeuvre out. And then let's just let time run its course. Let him go all the way out to here. Let's watch it from his point of view, shall we? That massive orbit. There we go, see that? The moon should be around somewhere. There's the moon. Here we go. I can drive a car, thank you very much, without any problems at all, you sarcastic fucks. So, add a manoeuvre in there, I think. We'll see. No, that's too much. Let's just slow that down. There we go. Just drop there. Like so. And there we go. That's literally like a very quick burn just into the ground, hopefully. And it's only a 29-second burn, so let's do that, I think. Let's position ourselves. Or, I wonder if it's better to do it there, right on the periapsis, and then bring it round like that, you see. Yeah, screw it, let's do it that way. That's smoother and a little bit less clunky and forcing ourselves down there. Let's see. Okay. Let's speed up first. Okay, so we're getting ready to do the final burn that will take us onto the ground, hopefully. We'll wait and see how that turns out. Okay. Just going to adjust that slightly. There we go. Okay. Go 16 seconds to manoeuvre. And it just still does take us down to the ground, which is good. So, let's see. Yeah, I think we're going to make it. I think we're going to make it. Just enough fuel to spare. This is a braking orbit, really, or a parking manoeuvre, almost. But I might be able to just push it and get him into the water, which would be a better landing than on the ground. But I tend to find they also land a little bit short, so if I can drop it about there, he'll probably drop into the water. So let's see. Keep an eye on that liquid fuel. Keep an eye on the edge of the orbit. We're so close. We're so close here. Look at how much fuel we've got. Oh my goodness, that's so close. Drop, 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 drop. Stop. Bingo. Wow. What can I say, ladies and gentlemen, but wow. So, it's time for a premature ejection. And let's follow young William, or sorry, young Jed. As he will now start to re-enter society in more ways than one. So let's see, there we go, he's there, yeah, that's good. So we can now remove that. And let's see. Okay. So let's follow Jed in as he goes into... Oh, that's interesting. Doesn't allow you to maneuver that easily. So let's see. How you doing in there, sunshine? He seems to be okay. Oh, little hands. Oh. There we go. Let's get out of there. So here obviously is the craft in question. Going to be going through re-entry pretty soon. Need to just tip it down just a little bit like that. There we go. And then speed it up. Okay. So we should start having re-entry soon. You can see we're going to get close to the atmosphere. There we go. We're starting to hit the edges of the atmosphere now. See, we should drop in there somewhere. So what we'll do is we'll drop that like that. As he is starting to come in a little fast. It would be kind of ironic if I ended up landing on that. That would kind of make me laugh. Here we go, we're going to start entering the atmosphere. There we go, there's the every entry effect at 28,000 meters. I wish I could change that to feet, I really do. Because I don't like working in meters. There we go, re-entry doing its work. So keep burning off all that protection at the bottom of the capsule. And there we go, gravity starting to pull him down. And there we go, we're going to drop into the water. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Could not have gone any better. I would have hoped. And I'm sure you guys are just as bloody shocked to see it as I am. Chad actually successful on a mission with time to spare. So let's pop the parachute now and wait for it to break. Should break at about maybe 800, possibly a bit later. Oh, there we go. And then bring it slowly down. Jebediah, fantastic mission, sir. You can see we didn't need these because we only get 20% of the science, which is the problem there. So what we'll do is move that to that. Young Jebediah. Oh, floating around. So Jebediah can do his EVA report. There's no science. And take a surface sample. And there's very little science. So let's see how we got on. 37 science, not bad. And that's from Jebediah. But if we then go to the Mun Explorer and recover that, 143 science! Material study while space high over the moon. We were pretty high over the Mun. Recovery of a vessel returned from the orbit around the Mun. Just bloody wonderful. So, that means we are now in a very strong position because we can do that, and then we can do that. So, as you can see, the Poodle engine there, and we've got all this other stuff. So, that means that when we go to design, we can start designing something new because we have RCS, we have external fuel ducts. So we may be able to fuel a trip to the Mun the next time we play. Oh, is this the one I wanted? Oh yeah, I want to try this. This is going to be fun. So we'll put that on there, and then we'll put that on there, and then we shall go to that one and put it on there like that. Actually, no, what we'll do is we'll put that there, and then we'll put that around there like that. There we go. Can we do that? Is there too many? Damn, it's too many. Ah! So that would be interesting. Wonder if that's launchable. What do you reckon? Nah, we won't launch it because I don't want to kill Jebediah. So let's recover that vehicle. Let's just get rid of that. I don't really want to kill little Jeb because he's been a fantastic pilot. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is obviously the plane hangar, should we wish to build something plane-like. But you can see here we've got stacked decouplers, we've got tri-stacks now. We've obviously got the radial-mounted parachute, which I love. Landing struts, which we'll be able to use. We've got the Science Junior. We've got obviously that comms, which is a better option. But we've obviously got now the thruster block. And we've got an additional Rockermax engine. See, that gives thrust 30, thrust 50. So that could be a really, really good one. So we could conceivably create a pod like that, put in a thing like that, and then put the little, oh, look at that little Poodle engine. Wasn't that sweet? So I mean, it could be that we go for that one because that one really is probably a better option because of the maneuverability and just, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I mean, the thing is, I mean, you've seen the design from the likes of Mal, and you saw him go with things that sort of went out like this, and then had additional fuel tanks on the side, like that. But then, what he had there was the all-important nuclear engine, which is essentially very efficient in space but no use elsewhere. Anyway, so let's end that and let's kick some ass on Battlefield. I'm so pleased with that. I really am pleased with that, especially as you guys are watching as well. So I'm really, really pleased. Okay. Now, Let us find out what's going on. Oh, Origin is updating. Yay, Origin. Thank you. Okay. Refresh that. Ah, dear. So we're just waiting for Origin to update.